Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Saturday the 26th of October. I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, you have a lovely one and the weather is kind to you. Today I'm going to be using my Energy Oracle cards to give a message to you. Don't forget, if you would like a personal reading with me, you can do that. That's no problem wherever you are in the world. I do those readings via Zoom, so just click on the link to my website and that will take you to my book a reading page, and it's very, very easy to do from there. Okay, and obviously if you're just new here, please do like and subscribe. It's always lovely to get to know that new people are joining, and a lovely bunch of people that are always here listening to these messages. Right, who's coming out today? Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. So the first card that came out was patience. There used to be a time when I would see this word come up in a reading, either like this or the Hanged Man in tarot. That often signifies a need to wait and be patient. And my heart used to sink a little bit. But as I've got older, I'm learning to be more patient. So unfortunately, what I've learned over the years is, you can't get patience from Amazon Prime. Those two things are not compatible at all. You have to learn patience by going through situations where you really, really do need it. It's only once you're out the other side that you realise that you've learned to be more patient. It's one of those tricky characteristics, a little bit like strength. You only know your inner strength when you've been tested to the absolute maximum. But I do feel that the reason that this card has come out is to acknowledge that we are all in some way learning to be a little bit more patient. And actually, what I've learned with patience is your whole life can become calmer, as we can see with this beautiful white energy here, this lovely white angel holding a clock. Your life can be calmer when you're not constantly looking at your phone for the time, or your watch, or your clock, or whatever it is. I don't know if you resonate with this, but for many years I've literally used to wake up and think I'm already late for something and constantly be rushing through the day. But I learned a little trick to go, you know what, there's enough time for everything that needs to be done will get done. And I've got to the ends of the days now, and what hasn't got done, isn't the end of the world. Tomorrow's another day. So I do feel, let's all look at how we've become more patient, or perhaps invite ourselves to be a little bit more patient. So there was a very real reason why I was saying all of this and not picking up the second card, because look what's coming. It's a storm warning. Now, obviously, this is the stormy season, and I know some of you have already mentioned, Sheila, I know that you mentioned you're in Florida. I know there are people that have really been affected on a very real level for storms. And I'd imagine this does instill a little bit of terror and fear when you know there's a storm coming in your direction. So I feel that on a very real weather type message, sometimes we can't do anything about it. And I feel like the patience is knowing that there's a lot of stuff out of your control and you do have to just kind of wait it out. I know there's a lot of things that we can do when we know weather is approaching. In the UK, we seem to get more and more weather warnings come in. I mentioned this the other day about climate change is affecting us all in different ways. But I do feel the patience is coming in, and the wisdom to know that panicking and being fearful doesn't really help. Just being a little bit prepared to wait and hope that, hope for the best, plan for the worst, hope for the best, that kind of thing. But, this isn't just about the real picture here of weather. This can sometimes be a volatile person. It can be a situation. It can be something bubbling under the surface that's going to kick off, and it's coming and you're kind of preparing yourself for it. So I really do feel that this is kind of preparing yourself for knowing that something's going to be happening to you. As I say, it could be a difficult conversation with a relative. It could be an unexpected event. It could be the natural world that we live in and weather that's coming your way. But I feel this patience card is coming in to invite stillness in our emotions and not meeting trouble halfway. It's a message saying my mum loves to say. Oh, I'm turning into my mum. Happens to us all. Yeah, so I just feel that patience is coming in to maybe invite you not to step in and be part of the chaos, part of the problem. Sometimes patience is not saying stuff. Sometimes patience is watching somebody be really angry and just letting them wear themselves out before you speak, rather than getting caught up in the whirlwind and joining them. And it can almost diffuse situations if you take that step back and just allow somebody to work through their emotions. And not, as I say, not everybody does it in the right way, do they? Sometimes people do have to let off steam. And I feel like the patience is kind of in line with that wisdom of knowing that actually this will pass, this is gonna be okay. So patience with other people, I feel, is important there, and patience with ourselves. So I talk a lot about our higher purpose, our higher self, higher versions of ourselves. We're all striving to grow, but sometimes we need to give ourselves a little bit more time. Yeah, and there it is, right in the middle of that card. When we're in the midst of transformations and changes, it can be quite unsettling, but knowing everything is temporary and that will pass, and eventually, if you give yourself patience, things will start to make sense. You will start to feel you're on the right path. Things will start to work. So yeah, there's no need to hurry, which is great for a weekend, isn't it? So yeah, try something different this Saturday when you're trying to get your kids ready to go to their football or dance, or trying to rush around Sainsbury's to get your shopping done and everybody's getting in your way. Try and evoke a little bit of that patience and don't get caught up in any unnecessary weather in your own head or other people's. I'll be back again tomorrow with another reading for you, so please join me then. Bye for now.